Why is being alone so terrible? Isn't there some instinct in us that demands privacy? Leave me alone? Aren't we better off alone? So it seems like we have this love-hate relationship with others. We hate to be alone, but we hate to be with them. So what is it? If you look in the Torah, in the description of creation, right at the beginning, on the sixth day, God creates Adam. And then God says, it is not good with man alone. I will create him a helpmate. And you have to wonder, why was that necessary? Why did God have to say it is not good, so I'm going to create? Just do what you're doing. Why the statement? On the first day, God said, let there be light. There was light. On the second day, God said, let the water separate, and there was a heaven, so there's a heaven. On the third day, God said, let the earth give forth vegetation. But here, God creates Adam and then says, not good. I think I should also create a woman. Why did he have to say it? Just do it. It's a good question, I think. So the Midrash says that saying it is not good for man to be alone was one of the 10 utterances of creation. In other words, God created the discomfort with being alone. It's one of the creations. Just like God created grass and God created animals, God created this condition that being alone is not good. So let's try to understand this a little bit. If a person were truly independent and self-sufficient, would it not be good to be alone? You don't have to consider anybody. You don't have to answer to anybody. What's wrong with it? Seems perfect. God said it is not good to be alone. He didn't say it's not practical. He didn't say it's not doable. He said it's not good. There's no goodness in it. Practically, yes, it would be very, very much comfortable and convenient to just be left alone if you don't need support. So if you're self-sufficient and you don't need others, then being alone is perfect. God says, yes, it's a perfect condition, but there's nothing good about it. It's like nature itself. Nature itself is a perfectly functional machine. There's nothing good about it. Good means morally good. And there's nothing morally good when you're alone and perfect. So being perfect is impressive. It's not good. There's no goodness involved. So with a little bit of a stretch, you might say, when God said it is not good for man to be alone, he was referring to himself. Why am I creating human beings? Because it's not good to be alone. Even if you're perfect like God himself. So God is saying, I'm already perfect, I'm already eternal, I'm already infinite, I'm already all-knowing and all-powerful, but what's good about it? There's no goodness in it. And because he's God, that was unacceptable to him. By saying it is not good for man to be alone, he was both telling us why he's creating the world and instilling that same quality in us, creating us in his image. So why is it so terrible to be alone? Because we are godly, and God hates being alone. Or to say it in different words, it is not human. As far as the human system, the human mentality, being alone is much better. But because we have this godly inheritance, we are created in his image, we have a somewhat superhuman instinct which says alone is terrible. There's no goodness in it. So being perfect means your existence is absolute, is maximum, ultimate. Your existence can't get any better, but you still have no life. Having a perfect existence has no meaning, has no content. So what would be wrong with Robinson Crusoe living on an island by himself, totally capable, he can take care of himself, he can build himself a house, he can find food, he can live very, very well. What's wrong with that? Why is that not perfect, utopian? Because what's the point? So you survive. For what? So this discomfort with being alone is, first of all, a humility. I am otherwise perfect. I'm otherwise all powerful, all capable, independent. And that doesn't satisfy me because it's just me. That's humility. I, perfect me, is not enough. That's a humble realization. So when God says, I'm creating a world because there's just me and that's not good enough, there's God's humility. Being me is not enough, but if I have you, then it's enough. That is a mystical concept, totally beyond our comprehension. But that's the beauty of it. And so we have that same thing. When you're feeling really perfect, when you're feeling totally in control and totally on top of your game, that's when you want to get married. Why? You're doing good. Keep it that way. You get married and you're going to have to make room for somebody else and you're going to have to make all sorts of adjustments. And why would you do that? You're so perfect the way you are. Why would you do it? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's the divine instinct in us. And that's why marriage is a religious event. Everywhere, for everybody. Get me to the church on time. Why do you have to have a church when you get married? Why do you need a priest? Why do you need a religious ceremony? You don't have a religious ceremony when you buy a car? Without the religion, marriage makes no sense. You don't need this, like many husbands say after they're married for 2 weeks. I don't need this. So what is this marriage business? See, if you're getting married out of need, you're in trouble. You become dependent or codependent, all sorts of garbage. So if you're needy when you get married, you're just getting yourself deeper into trouble. You get married when you're not needy. But when you're not needy, why are you doing it? The answer is, God was not needy. He was almighty, all-powerful, all-knowing, and he created a world. Why? Because it's not good to be alone. So he creates a world in which he can put a human being, and he can give that human being freedom of choice. Why does the human being need freedom of choice? Because the whole purpose of creation is for God not to be alone. If we don't have free choice, he's still alone. He creates angels, he's still alone. Because angels are clones. It's just more of him. He's still alone. If he didn't give us freedom of choice, then after creating us, he would still be alone because there's no one else. It's all him. When we have freedom of choice, which enables us to reject him, now he's not alone. So that's why our freedom of choice is pretty much limited to mitzvahs. To do the mitzvah or not do the mitzvah, that's your freedom of choice. Everything else, you don't really have freedom. The school you're in, the city you move to, the house you buy, no choice. God decides. The only real free choice you have is in your reaction to him. And that makes sense because the one thing he can't choose is my love for him. Because if he makes me love him, then it's not love. So there, he has to give us freedom of choice. So that the relationship is real. Everything else, we're much better off having him make the choice. He makes better choices. So there is no rational reason for this distaste that we have, this resistance we have to aloneness. We don't know why that's painful. We don't know why that is so unacceptable. And yet, it is more important and more crucial to us than almost anything else. All the things that we understand rationally, this touches us even deeper. They're saying now that if you feel alone in the world, your immune system crashes. You become totally vulnerable to every disease. You have no defenses. So it's a health crisis as well as a life existential crisis. So what is the answer? What is the solution? The solution is the recognition every morning that you are not alone, that your Creator is more invested in you than you are in Him. So we wake up in the morning and we say, Moda Ani, you returned my soul to me. What does that mean? It's a statement of fact. There's nothing I can do to bring my soul back. God has to send it back. Okay. That's not the real full meaning of it. The full meaning of it is, yes, God sent my soul back. Why? Because despite all my failings, despite my misbehavior, despite my resistance, He needs me to be. So it's not that He created me once when I was born. He invests in me every single morning. I am not alone. Sometimes I wish I was. Can we take a break from each other so I can, yeah. But no, He doesn't give us a break. He doesn't want any separation. So we are never alone. And then, of course, there's marriage. The only thing on the human level that takes away the feeling of aloneness is marriage. Having a good relationship with your parents doesn't do it. You're still alone. Good friendships, you're still alone. You're you with friends, but the you is still alone. The only time you stop being alone is when the you becomes a we. Marriage. When I becomes an us, then I'm not alone. That's why the Torah says, therefore should a man leave his mother and father and cling to his wife, cleave to his wife, and become one. Leave your mother and father, because with them you'll never be one. Primarily because they have each other. So you're number 3, not number 1. We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal, it's questions and answers, it's conversation. It's really relaxed, it's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program. There's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us. Take a look. Click the link below and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation.